Welcome back, darlings. Thank you for joining us again here on Escape Artists Breached. We left our last troop of breachers as they entered the militia-controlled outpost, the Rustwater Station. Tick, tick, tick. Locklear, Gardenia, Argo, and Atlas have delved into the ruins of the old world city of Gloria. And it took its toll on Gardenia. Buried beneath the New West, these ruins corrupted her and left one of her eyes blind, forcing the rest of the party up to the surface to look for help. The clock winds down, tick, tick, tick. I'm Grace Garnett, and thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and remember, the corruption is on the move. Last we left you, you were entering the Rustwater Station, the militia-controlled outpost on the outskirts of the ruins of Gloria, where you all have been contracted to retrieve a mysterious item known as the Nexus. You guys were stopped at the gates, but let in. And now you have been escorted into the center of the outpost. It is not as large or as sprawling as the more urban Copper Trail that you all reside. It's much more Old West town. The buildings are wooden. You notice there's not a lot of metal being used. You take note of that. And as you walk into the center, you are in what's known as the Solar Plaza. And the rest of the outpost kind of is all on one little street.
This is quaint. I don't like the amount of wristwatch we have here, but I mean, they seemed fine. I was not expecting that coming in.
No, he was real polite. I feel a little bad that we call them pricks.
Don't.
Oh. All right, well, let's try and do this quick so we can get back to what we're supposed to be doing.
Where would we even find? I mean, is there like some sort of, are there shops? Is there buildings?
Yeah, there's one general store that
Okay.
you see on the corner, which might have you were looking for a piece for a stopwatch. You would also know that there's a network of parlor girls amongst many of the different houses and outposts. And you do have the ability to call on them if you need to. The brothel here is known as the Sapphire Rose Saloon.
Well, what I think we could do, I don't want to split up, so let's not do that. Let's just do one at a time. Let's start with the girls, because they often know this kind of stuff. They know what's what, they know what's where. So.
Well, and if I figure if we can go through them to get the things we need and we don't have to deal with the rest watch, that's probably for the best.
That's a very smart idea. I like that idea.
Do you know if they're, like
Friendly?
associating with the Rustwatch more than like your kind?
Ladies like me have loyalties to our mistresses. We have loyalty to each other. The Rustwatch are occasional clients and occasional nuisances. Trust me when I say we'll be fine here.
Alright, that's all I need to know.
And as you all follow Gardenia towards the saloon, Atlas, you do notice on the corner there is a woman in Rustwatch attire who is watching you specifically curiously. She's kind of leaned up against the wall, and you notice that she is wearing the insignia of a captain. That's all.
Shift my hair a little bit.
Is it down?
It's as we have it currently. So
covering the back of your neck.
yes.
Noted. You all follow Gardenia into the saloon proper. The saloon is a multi-story building. It's decorated similarly to the one you call home. It's just slightly to the left. It's a little strange, actually, to be in a place that is so reminiscent in many ways of the place you've all called home for the last little while, or a lot longer, if you're Argo. The salon has a large sort of dance hall saloon at the base of it, and then some private chambers up in the taller floors, which you guys would know is for catering to private clients or, you know, other means of business. You enter the saloon.
Would I know any of the girls here?
You don't know them specifically, but there is a sort of camaraderie that you would have instantly, especially if you were to introduce yourself as one of Grace's girls.
I'm gonna go up and introduce myself as one of Grace's girls.
Yeah.
The madam of this saloon greets you. This is Madam Rose. You see she has long, dark hair that's braided with several braids back. And she has a very ornate, sort of jeweled headpiece that sits on her head. You also notice that she is not walking. She has a chair. And one of her legs, you see, is completely metallic.
I'm gonna say, hi, darling. I just have to say your establishment is absolutely beautiful. I work with the lovely Miss Garnet over just a couple scoots down the road. And I just wanted to ask you if I could maybe get a little help around these parts.
Oh, well, so nice to meet you. Are these all folks with you? Or
I'll give you such long stories about all of them, but just know they're with me. They're lovely, delightful folks.
Are you looking for a place to stay? Some accompaniment?
Listen, if it was any other moment, I would so take you up on that, but I have a little bit of an issue. She pushes back her bang, shows her eye. I have like a day to get this fixed before it, becomes a big thing I have to deal with. And if you happen to know any spots around town where I could sell a bit or a bob.
Are you asking for Ludite?
That would be great if you had it.
I'm afraid I don't have any. The only one who really traffics and controls that in this town is the Rustwatch. Your best bet would be with the captain.
Do you know the captain's name?
Tessa
Westwood.
She was transferred here recently, so I'm not in as good a standings as I was with the last one, simply because I don't know her all that well, but I think that if you just explained your situation, and how, may I ask, did you?
So you know how sometimes, as, a member of this world that we here live in, sometimes you end up in little situations where you're like, oh, well, look at me, I'm in a cave. And then suddenly the cave is crawling up your arm. One of those things. So, just having to deal with that at the moment, but it'll be, no big thing once it's over.
I will send word to Grace that you've all arrived safely. You do have access to chambers here, and I can get you food, but not much else. We are sparse here in this outpost.
Do you... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to know, do you know where Captain Tessa came from prior to arriving here?
I don't, child. I'm sorry.
All right.
She's new. She arrived here only a few months ago. Apparently, she had some sort of a similar accident as your friend here, and she came out to this place for seeking some respite. But that's all I know about.
And where can we find her?
Oh, you'll find her at the front, the gate, the Ironstead.
All right. Well, I will make sure to recommend any clientele heading this way towards this gorgeous establishment. Thank you dearly, darling.
Of course, sugar. Why don't you, do you need rest right now?
What time is it right now?
You guys arrived somewhat midday. It took you a few hours to backtrack through.
Spend the night here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go maybe do a little bit of exploring because we have how many hours left? Not that many.
Not that many.
So we're gonna do a little bit of exploring and then we'll be back.
Sounds good. I will be here, and feel free to stop on by.
Thanks, darling.
Time to go to Tessa.
Of course.
Of course. I freaking knew it. All right, let's go find, I mean, we gotta be careful about this, but let's go find this captain.
And if she's like any other Rustwatch women, she'll be very easily fooled by a little bit of...
Yeah?
We still want you to be careful, though.
I'm gonna be so careful. When have I ever not been careful?
Man.
In the hole when you touched the wall.
It was a joke.
All right. Well, you can do your little fluff and whatever
But you should try it.
to get your that.
Try it. Do a little... Very good.
It's like watching my parents, I don't like it.
Well, as long as we can get it without issue or selling off something we actually need.
Yeah,
But
you need your liver, but
what? Yeah, you do need your liver.
And your lungs.
we've discussed this.
But,
yes.
but you don't need one of your kidneys.
Exactly. So kidneys are okay.
Kidneys, appendixes.
You don't need your.
Don't need
I
that.
don't think anyone needs an appendix.
Unless they're freaks.
Anyway, do we want to go find this person?
Onwards.
Yeah.
Are you all headed to the Ironstead?
Yeah. I think we should.
No, we shouldn't split up.
As you guys trek through, what you didn't notice the first time, you were following Gardenia very closely, and she walks at a brisk clip. You notice that a lot of the folks in this outpost seem to have some form of corruption or another. A lot of it is external, but it's not as hidden here as in some of the other outposts. It's apparent. It's visible, which you just notice. But it seems there's a mix of Rustwatch soldiers and some folks who just live here, and others that look like yourselves, travelers, people from other outposts, other areas of the New West that have come here either to stop off for a little bit, for an extended period of time, and seem to be here like you are. You make your way to the front of the outpost again, sort of backtracking, and you see what is known as the Ironstead, but is a completely wooden building. So it's not exactly what you picture when you hear that word. And it is crawling with Rustwatch. There's, just soldiers going in and out. There's, captains of different branches.
All right. Well,
Who wants to ask somebody? Definitely not you. I mean that in the best way possible.
Ludite, where?
All right, that's one way to do it.
Did someone hear that?
It's people are minding their own business. They all
I've
got
been
their work to do.
ignored.
Miss Gardenia, you're probably the best talker out of all of us.
Oh, well then let me do the talking. I'm gonna go up to the nearest soldier and I'm gonna say, hello, you.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Don't just give people names.
Yeah, that's not cool. You're not their daddy. So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna say hi. I was told by some very nice folks that I could come to this dear Rustwatch folk to maybe get a little help.
What is some kind of an emergency?
Just a little bit of one.
Where?
No, not like an emergency, more like a personal one. I have like a couple hours to get this fixed if you have any Ludite.
You'd have to talk to Tessa. She's the
Tessa?
one who's come in and taken control of that stuff. We don't have access to it anymore.
Where could I find this, Tessa?
Oh, she'd be inside, ma'am.
May I come in?
She usually requests an appointment, but I can check. Roll with Captivate for me.
Please.
Snake eyes?
Stink eyes. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 4.
I'm sorry, ma'am. There's really nothing I can do. And he turns away. You gain the condition rejected.
Can I cold clock him in the back of the head?
No. Roll with hostile.
Oh God. Every day.
Is that a 7 plus 1? That's a 4 and a 3, right?
Yeah, that's a 2.
That's a 2, 4, 2. But I had 1 because it was the first aggressive move, so 7.
7. That is just barely a success. And while you do succeed, you knock him out cold. You also draw a lot of
Great.
attention.
I pick him up by the back of his collar and go, I have knocked out your feeble guard. Take me to your captain, or I will do more.
Okay.
Locklear?
Several rush forward.
Yeah. Locklear just did a very bad job talking regarding. He just did roll. Well, does this count? No, he failed. He didn't fail a roll. It was good try to fix this.
There are many weapons trained on you instantly.
I hold the guy up. Careful now.
Now, hold on.
Whoa.
Take me to your captain.
Oh, we'll take you a lot farther than that. You are approached and brought inside.
Locklear? Let him go, or are they taking all of us?
Oh, they're taking all of you.
Oh shit. All right.
You guys are marched through the building.
Well, that's one way to fucking do it.
I don't like waiting for appointments.
Yeah, these people can kill you. You know that, right?
You all have guns trained on the side of your head.
I am so sorry about this. He. You know how sometimes people get hit in the head when they're kids?
I would suggest you stop talking.
Yeah.
They rap on a simple wooden door at the end of the hall. And a voice from within asks, "Who is it?" We have 4 rowdy attackers from out in the main area.
Attackers are strong.
We won.
You attacked
He didn't do nothing.
your associated. Accomplices. Would you like accomplices? Is that a better word for you?
You try dealing with this man. You can't tell him anything what to do.
And yet you travel
quiet.
with him.
Yeah. Okay. So you know how sometimes people, like, you know when you love someone even though they're a little silly sometimes? And you're like, oh, I really wish
He ignores you.
Just quit while you're down.
They came out demanding Ludite.
Commanding's a really strong word. I was asking politely.
Let him in. And you guys are brought in. and stood in front of the woman that you saw earlier on the corner.
Yeah, of course. Look, it is.
She wears a tightly buttoned up outfit. She has shoulder armor on, along with several weapons on her belt. She has braided back hair that is like a deep auburn color. And she like scans over all of your faces and lingers on yours, Alice.
I'm so sorry. This is a total misunderstanding. We were just trying to help our
Let them
friend.
go.
I'm so good at this.
Don't learn the wrong lesson here.
You guys are cautiously and confusedly, and they're like, but she kind of just dismisses them with a quick hand.
You should let me do this.
Let's.
Argo.
You guys are left alone in a room with Captain Tessa Westwood. Luddite, you say?
It's like an eye drop's worth.
Very powerful stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, sure is.
You guys are new here. I saw you come in, and she fixes on you for a moment. What brings you to my outpost?
We're just simple travelers. We're just scavengers.
Simple's the wrong word. You travel with a very well outfitted machine for murder.
We adopted him.
Yeah, he's like my brother. Ignore him. He
I have a brother too.
really, what's his name?
Carter.
Carter. How long? Like how much older? How younger?
He's my twin, actually.
Oh wow. No, I was about to say identical. Well, could be identical.
We do bear a resemblance to each other, and I care for him quite deeply. He came here to protect me after I was injured in an accident. I'm sure you've heard. I'm sort of new around here too.
Yeah. I'm sorry that there was an accident, but I'm sorry if any trouble was caused. We really are just looking to get in and get out. We don't mean to make a fuss in your town.
Most folks coming over here are, they're not interested in our outpost. They're interested in what's around our outpost.
What's around your outpost? It just looks like sand.
Looks can be deceiving, can't they?
I don't like this anymore.
Yeah, you handle the talking from now on? Do you like that?
No, I don't like it.
All right.
Well, around these parts, obviously, there's lots of scavengers normally out and about, but we are happy to give some business to your town while we're in these parts. We just need some help. And then we'll be out of your hair faster than you can say blah blah blah.
Well, I can't say that very fast, but I must say, I believe you are all burying the lead here. You seem to come well equipped into my town.
Well, I'm sure you've been around if you've already had an accident out here. You gotta come well equipped to survive, ma'am.
That is something that was taught to us quite young, wasn't it?
If you live out in the West, everything is survival, ma'am.
It is. Like out here and like down there, which I can only assume is where you contracted that little fresh wound on your face, isn't it?
Basically like pink eye.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Who sent you here?
Well, as you can tell by my garments, I'm normally a little bit of a saloon girl, just on a little side quest at the moment. We were just like a couple kicks down the road, so just making our way over here. If you know, the good fashion, where do we live?
The Copper Trail.
The Copper Trail. Then you probably know.
And you see her growing a little bit irritated. She seems to have been hoping for more honesty. She's detecting that you're all holding back. And you see her sit back a little and grind her teeth, and I don't mean to bypass your stories here. You are after Ludite, yes?
Just for this specific encounter that happened, if you're looking for something, maybe we can make a trade.
Maybe you should let her talk. Yeah. I am looking for something.
I'm so good at this.
I'm off my game, y'all.
It's okay. It's all right.
Your eyes affecting your personality.
It's all right.
It's all right.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for the same thing you're looking for. Ludite. Only, this one is a little bit more concentrated. There's an item. Perhaps you've heard of it. The Nexus.
Nothing.
What is the Nexus, by the way? Do you have any idea? I heard that word around a couple times, at different bars and things.
I'm sure you have. The Nexus is a concentrated, it's the most Ludite, it's the source of Ludite. How much do you know about that substance?
It fixes things.
Quickly. Like you said, it's a tight timeline. Usually. Such a small amount of it's not that powerful on its own, but it was a man-made substance at one point. It is not naturally occurring. We don't know how it was made, and we don't know how to get any more of it. It's such a rare, valuable substance. But a lot of it, imagine what someone could do with a lot of it. What they could heal, what they could change. That's said to be buried beneath the sands, just outside this outpost.
How long has this word, the Nexus, been whispered about? Because this is the first I'm hearing of it recently, and has this been a known thing that's been around, or is this a recent discovery?
Desperate folks know about it. Folks with no other options and no other hope for survival.
Well, if you want it, we could go try to find it. Do you have any regular tap Ludite here, though?
I can
name brand.
Because we can. Here's the deal. If we go down there and we find that, we'll happily let you have a little taste. But I will need the Ludite up front.
She opens a drawer and takes out a silver key and steps to the back of her office, where you see there's wooden cabinets. She opens them up and unlocks a false back and takes out a small eyedropper size. And in the bottom is a vial with this purple, milky substance that you know to be Ludite. And she kind of shakes it in her hand for a moment, looking over each one of you. Really could give you this and take your word that you'll go down there and anything you find out, even information, bring back to me. But that seems an awful lot of trust in a group of people that attacked my men downstairs, don't you think?
I completely agree with you. It is quite awful scary to try and trust folks, but kindness is something that we do believe in repaying.
And I do believe that you believe that, but I'm gonna need something a little more substantial as collateral.
What do you want?
A secret. You give me a secret each.
Each?
Each. I need
A little too expensive for my dollar.
each. I need to know that y'all aren't going to run off. I need something on you. I need dirt on you.
So you don't just want a secret. You want like
Very good. I want proof. I want something that'll make you come back here.
and if we don't, what do you do with these secrets?
Well, if you don't come back, I could do an awful lot of things with secrets. I think you would know that quite well as a part of the girl, wouldn't you?
Fair enough. But we are coming back.
And I believe it. Start paying up, and this is yours.
Can we have a group huddle for a second?
You may.
Thank you.
All right, team.
I mean, how worth it is it?
Well, we're not walking away without your eye getting fixed. We've already come all this way.
And she's the only one in the room with us. Shall cook quickly. Could we just?
Hey! This is the captain.
There is hundreds of men outside.
yeah, terrible
if they
idea.
hear anything, we are screwed.
Terrible idea.
And like, she hasn't been like that rude so far. Like, there's a vibe, but it's not like an awful vibe. It's just like a medium one.
She did like compliment mine.
Yeah.
Speaking.
She called me a killing machine.
Well, is that wrong?
I take it as a compliment.
It's partially true. Yeah, you've done a lot of that.
So a secret each. I wonder if there's something like a physical thing. I don't like sharing secrets. I mean, I don't think any of us do. We're all keeping secrets from each other.
What about when we go, when someone's going, we can go ah la 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 la, just so that like we don't hear each other's secrets. She can just have it.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
I mean, do you plan on telling her something that we shouldn't know about?
I mean, it's a secret. Their secrets are secret. It's nothing like.
Is this never mind.
I don't know what that meant,
Don't worry about it.
but I am worried about it. It's fine.
All right, what are we gonna do? I don't think there's a choice here. I think we just have to do it, unless like, hey, do you want my big ass gun? Is that gonna, will that,
Don't
take
give up
place?
your gun.
I know I like my gun. I don't
Yeah,
want
don't
it.
get rid of it.
It's the one part of working with you that's interesting.
So,
Damn.
Locke, take that back.
He has a point.
No,
My
Locke.
gun's really cool.
Locke.
It's a cool gun.
It is.
Locke, say something nice about her right now.
I like that you're learning how to read.
Oh, I already know how to read.
I like that you're learning how to read more.
I'll take it.
All right.
It's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Group huddle over. And we're not la-la-lying. We're just gonna have to.
You all need to leave the room.
We're just gonna team bonding.
Fine.
What? Hang on.
Hang on.
What if one of us has one secret that she might want way more than the others?
I don't know. She did say one each.
If I will turn to her and I will, if one of us offers you something that is worth more than 4 smaller secrets,
My secret's very mediocre.
can the 3 of them step outside and we can...
Is it coming from you?
Yes, ma'am.
You got yourself a deal, Pumpkin. All of you guys will step outside. You will.
All right.
Promise?
Promise.
Yell really loud if something goes wrong.
Yeah. Fine.
You'll hear a gun, Mom, dear.
All right.
You guys are escorted outside by more Rustwatch soldiers. And it's just you and Tessa.
No harm comes to them while I'm in here.
I don't intend on hurting your friends.
Just want to make sure. All right, so you wanted a secret.
Oh, I desperately do. And I think you've got them in droves.
I think anyone out here definitely has secrets for days, at least.
True, but there's just something about you. I noticed you walking in.
It's hard to pass by people with red hair. All right. Well, what's your guess? I'm interested.
Oh, I said a secret.
Word travels fast, though. I'm interested.
Word does travel fast, but my lips are sealed until our deal and our payment has been completed.
Well, based on your injuries and based on the amount of time that's passed, I'm sure you're familiar with the battles that have happened through Rustwatch and what's happened out in the West and things that have passed through.
I would say I'm fairly familiar, yes.
Were you at Dawning Day?
Or you.
Possibly.
I thought so. You look familiar. And Atlas, right now, what are you remembering about that day?
There is pure, unadulterated anger just coursing through her veins as she relives the moment of escape and loss of life and the settling feeling she felt when it was over.
And that anger, you keep it in a nice little box shoved way down. But when it does escape, it is hungry. And you have had a couple moments recently where it has been harder to lock away. And you want to feed it and give it to it and punish those around you and those who wear the insignia that you despised so much. What does that hunger feel like right now?
It's the same feeling she felt a few days prior, in which she was considering bringing down a ruin that she had wished she had brought down years prior. Something that is something you don't come back from. And specifically now being in a group, she is particularly careful on what she chooses to do now because she has an obligation to protect these people.
And Tessa is leaning forward and eyeing you and studying you like she's committing your face to memory. Turn around. I want to see your neck.
Ma'am?
She shakes the vial. I saw you care about her, don't you? That's the only reason you would offer up something so valuable.
You're... Without another word, she'll turn around and kneel.
Parts the hair.
And there is a upside down horseshoe branding with 2 lines through it. And it is very clearly a branding and not a scar.
She doesn't touch it. Her fingers just kind of ghost over the surface. And she nods. Payment received. Soldier. And hands you.
Are we done here?
we're done. For now. You best come back. You know what they do to people who defect.
You have a good day, ma'am.
You as well. We take care of our own out here. Don't forget it.
Only sometimes. And she will turn without a word and leave. And hand you the vial and keep walking.
What happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Let's go. We're getting out of here.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that hunger, Atlas, it doesn't go back in the box. There is shame and anger at kneeling. And it cannot be locked away. And you gain the condition hungry. And you get a +1 to your hostile.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can I ask?
Hey, does that just make it 0 now? Yes. Better than.
If I had placed the palm of my hand against the door, would I have been able to hear any of that?
It depends. Were you trying to listen? Yes.
Shit.
Roll mask with me.
What was that? Hungry.
Hungry.
Where does it say my mask sign is? I can't read.
Your mask is 1.
Got it. It's a 1 and a 2.
A 1 and a 2 and a 1.
Nice.
You do have the power to do that, but as you start to reach your hand back, your hands are immediately brought. You did attack downstairs and they don't know what you're up to, so you don't catch as much of it or any of it as you had hoped and anticipated.
Stay your tongue.
Put that arm down.
I thought you said don't touch him.
That only applies to you.
I haven't stolen anything yet.
Hey kid, it's fine. I had an older brother did the same thing to me.
See, you get
Do
it.
as I say, not as I do.
It's
ridiculous.
You want an arm like this?
Not in particular.
That's why you listened to me.
He looks like genuinely disturbed by that. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I'll rip my arm off and put it where your arm should be, idiot.
He backs off a little. You join the rest of your friends,
I can.
and you are able to heal.
Yay.
That's erasable?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I know.
Atlas, do you help Gardenia heal? You're gonna have to drop it into her eye.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'll be a little bit more rough than you remember her in recent events, but it's still a very controlled shake.
You do notice the tremor in her hand.
Tremors, that's the word.
All right. While we're walking out, I'm gonna stray a little bit behind. Are you okay?
I'm all right. We just gotta. When we head back with what we've got, I'll probably have to go back and have another conversation.
We're not letting you go alone.
Miss Gardenia, some things just need to be handled alone. There's a reason I've been working alone for so long. Things are handled better that way.
And were you happier for it?
I can make sure the people I care about are safe when I deal with things alone.
All right. Change your mind, let me know.
And you all re-emerge, escorted out by the Rust Watch. They seem very on edge, and they are very happy to see you go. One of them pulls a gun.
Oh God!
Just stop it.
Close your damn mouth.
Can I have a little smoke come out of my mouth?
Yes, it's cocked.
He does this.
He's got rabies.
Get out of here. Go.
Gotta have a little fun.
Is rabies still a disease?
It's
Rabies will
cyber
always be a
rabies.
disease.
Cyber rabies.
It's like rabies on steroids.
You know, when you get bitten by a computer mouse that has rabies. Okay, sorry.
Should we rest up a little bit in the parlor before we
Yeah,
head back?
Well-
I think I need a good night's.
Did we get escorted out of the outpost?
No,
Oh,
you just got
okay.
escorted outside of the Ironstead.
Okay.
Sleep time?
Yeah. Do we go get
some-
sleep with
let's get
someone
some-
to sleep here?
Let's get some food.
Ah,
I'm
trust me,
starving.
you can- It's also like the fun thing about it is it's like a bed and breakfast, in that except, and you can have it separate or you can have it together. And breakfast sometimes just means you eating something, something else happening. So you know, it's a really good deal.
I mean, yeah, I've been to a few of them in my travels prior to coming to the.
That's good.
Good choice of words.
The more you talk, the more it just gets
Okay, let's go.
worse.
Yeah, you go to the saloon.
Anybody taking any breakfast?
I'm taking eggs, maybe pancakes.
Oh my god.
We might be able to get some eggs.
Not Gardenia.
You are shown chambers upstairs. You guys are all in one room. You assume it was probably one of the private rooms for the function. There are some odd things on shelves and decorations that you're like, okay, this was for another intended purpose. But
What does this do?
Oh,
No,
God.
honey, you don't gotta. You don't. There's a reason why Miss Garnet doesn't let you. But
I know, I'm allowed in my room and then the common area, but I can never go upstairs in those rooms. I've always wondered what they're like.
No, you don't. You don't need to know, sweetheart. Not even vaguely.
Don't turn your flashlight to blacklight mode. You don't want to see.
No, I don't.
Argo, now you really, really want to turn your flashlight on. You hate being told what to do.
Oh my god, I fiddle with that just a little bit. I think we can get that on a black and white
Mhm.
mode.
Do you all settle down for rest?
Yeah.
Have you ever had the talk? Okay.
Maybe not the time.
Lock.
Let's just go.
Lock.
No, we're going to bed.
This is too bad. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
let's...
Has everyone had this so-called talk, not me?
It,
What is this?
you know what?
What am I missing out on?
No, it comes when like
Nothing interesting.
when you find someone you really like.
Oh, God.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
there.
We'll just stop there.
It just-
That's all that you need.
Well, sometimes it's not even someone you really like.
Well, I mean, usually they really like you when they hire you.
Yeah.
Just a different kind of like.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wasn't referring to them. I was referring to me.
Oh, well,
Please don't tell Grace I said that.
all right. I wasn't planning on it, but okay.
I'm so good at my job.
No,
You
yeah,
are.
you're like the star.
You get all the rich folks, and then I can pick their pockets.
Thanks.
I don't know what you do with the rich folks, but you know.
That's okay.
Sometimes they just like talking. Probably people like talking.
And that's all they do.
Good to know.
It's a therapy room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I'm missing out on something. I feel out of
You're really not.
Sleep time.
Are any of you staying up for watch?
I will probably be up for the night.
The rest of you guys all settle in, start to take your respective rests. Atlas, what are you thinking about?
She is thinking about she's reliving the dawning day. And it's in a quiet sort of way. But it's something that brings her a certain sort of anxiety she hasn't felt in a really long time. And something she thought she had buried, but had now very openly mentioned it to someone.
You can still hear the firing of guns and blasters and smell the smoke and the flesh. And what images are flashing across your mind right now when you blink?
There is the initial image, the beginning in which she threw the first bottle cork bomb, and after that, the few friends that she had that were in on this, you know, joining in, watching some of them fall, and the first night alone in 20 years that she had.
You've lost a lot of people. A lot of them because of that first shot, that first bottle. Do you blame yourself?
Yes. Way more. In a way, they would have been alive had she not, but the life they were living was nothing worth living. It was a chamber in which they could not escape. So,
Not many people know how you join the Rustwatch and what happens when you do. And you figured out the only way to get out. Well, one of two. One of which your friends were unfortunately took the other route. Which is death.
yep.
Your rebellion, as it were, against the institution. It freed you in some sense, but in others you are very much still bound by the oaths and the contracts you signed. And you sit there and reflect on that. Until the morning light comes.
All right. Morning.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yeah, let's go get actual breakfast, not the hypothetical breakfast.
The eggs and bakey.
Yeah,
I
that.
thought we were just talking about breakfast this whole time. What is... Alright, let's go get
You know,
some-
the hypothetical in which you sit down, have a conversation, and it's like a good enough breakfast. You know, you got some tea, and then you leave.
Oh. No, I want real breakfast.
Yeah, no, we'll go get you a
Let's go get some
toast.
bacon. Eggs and bacon?
Let's get crazy.
Let's get stupid.
And food is served to you guys as part of, you guys eat with the other girls downstairs before the saloon floor is opened for the day. And you would know this. It's usually tradition among the New West for the girls to eat together and to have sort of a family meal. And you guys feel like you're intruding a little bit. There's a lot of conversation and a lot of camaraderie between the girls. So it's a little awkward, especially you, Locklear. You're at like the end of the table.
I got
just
my
like,
hand like just in
Yeah.
just picking it apart with like little micro like tendrils that are sort of just absorbing the nutrients, and I'm like just staring and like into the middle distance.
Yeah.
I hate it when you do that.
Like, it's how I eat.
I know it's weird.
Does your mouth work? Like at all?
I have a second jaw growing out of my head.
Well, yeah, but like you got the one, you know, right here. Does that go down?
This is only for expelling
All right. Well,
sounds and air.
How many years have I known you? I thought that was an accessory.
I mean, I don't want to.
How do you...
It will come back whether I like it or not.
No, but here's the thing. What? So I know that there's that guy that you like.
No,
How do you...
You like
How
someone?
do you...
it is a purely physical relationship.
that's the stable hand, right?
We need to stop talking about this right now.
Oh, I have dirt on you now.
Yeah,
It's not a secret. Everybody knows it, apparently.
Well, I didn't.
Well, you don't know a lot of things.
Yeah, we've been friends for a while. He's nice.
I tie my arm back.
Oh.
I don't-
I
And
wasn't.
I can take it off, but it will rejoin with my face.
Oh.
Is it like magnetic?
And I pull it off, and all the skin and sinew.
All right,
just
never
look at
mind.
it.
Put it back on.
Yeah.
Ew, that's disgusting.
I'm not eating
I let go, and it elastics back to my head.
Disgusting.
Oh, he must really like
I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I've known him. I didn't think he was into that kind of stuff, but I guess.
I'm done with
Is he like on top of you, or are you on top of him? He's kind of scrawny.
I can't be underneath.
All right. Well, I mean,
If my arm is touching a surface, things will happen. So I have to keep it in the open air.
Yeah, Argo, don't touch that.
Yeah, I've been saying don't touch things.
I mean, yeah, but you guys are sitting next to each other at breakfast, and close quarters.
Yeah, just the eggs are just fully, I'm just starting to dismantle the plate now.
Oh, hey, you don't break the plate.
Ceramics have useful minerals.
Yeah, well, this is not our home.
plate.
Oh, okay.
Put it back together.
Oh, okay. What?
Not the eggs, the plate.
Oh,
Why not the eggs?
no.
Because I need those.
After a while, the saloon doors are open to the public, and a lot of the girls go about their usual shift. You guys are still allowed to continue eating, and you notice a few early morning folks come trickle in, and it's also a saloon, so they're able to sit and eat and, chat with some of the pretty faces at the bar. One of the folks who comes in is a man. He is a silver fox, if you will. He's got silver hair and a neatly trimmed goatee. He's a handsome fellow for his age. You're definitely interesting.
Old way.
Yeah, and you immediately notice these bright hazel eyes, and he comes in with a stack of books and just starts reading at the counter.
Does anyone recognize him in the group?
No.
Okay.
You like your history?
Oh, we're talking to this man?
He looks up. Hello, sir.
You like your history?
Oh, and he turns the spine. He's like, I'm a professor.
They still got those?
Yeah, in the Salt March outpost, we got a whole learning center. Have you not been to the coast?
I did once.
No, I mean, I haven't.
Did you now? Did you get to see the learning center that we have?
I saw dolphins.
Oh yeah, they're in the ocean. They're nearby. That's not at the. You don't know what a dolphin? Who is teaching this kid?
Dolphins.
We don't got an education system where we come from.
And where do you hail from? You're not around here either?
The West.
Well, that is a very vague and
thought we said bad
confusing
education.
We
answer.
come from a lot of different places.
Ah, got it.
He came out of a puddle.
It was a tube, actually.
It did you up quite nicely.
Thanks. I was born with an arm.
I was born with two. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your breakfast. I come here.
I
alone as
interrupted
tribute.
you.
Oh, did you? Sorry. He goes back to reading his books. You can see it is a history book.
Books. History.
It is a book that looks like it was hand bound.
I actually have a little history question for you, Mr. Man.
Oh, I have a history answer.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Man.
Have you ever heard of something called the Nexus?
He looks around, lowers his voice. That's a pretty big buzzword around here. I wouldn't go around saying that too loud. A lot of folks are looking for that.
That's why I'm just saying it to you.
Oh.
It's just something I heard and I didn't know what it meant. So I just, you know us blondes just have to ask questions.
Roll with math.
Please.
God, I love Gardenia.
Please.
Oh.
6, 7, 8. All right.
He laughs. Is haha. Well, I can only assume you meant the best. I would caution you against throwing that word around. It's a legendary artifact that many people don't really... A lot of people go searching for their fortune, you know? This tends to be a hot spot for folks who like archaeology. He like lifts up a stack of books. I've charted a great deal of the ruins, and they are simply fascinating. They are teeming with resources. Of course, you gotta be really careful, but I like making maps.
That is so cool. I used to want to make maps when I was little.
You still can.
Did you?
I did.
I thought you said that you didn't have that great of an education.
I didn't say
system.
good maps.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, like how when you just have like a little marker and you're just scratching things up and guessing where things are.
That's pretty much just map making, yeah.
So you're saying I'm halfway there.
You're doing great, darling.
What did you say your name was again?
Chambers, Professor Chambers.
Nice to meet you.
Harrison. That's the first name.
So, you make maps around the area of the New West?
Yeah, all over. I've been to most of the outposts now.
Have you been, like, underneath some of the outposts?
Oh, you mean the ruins that are
Yeah, the
nearby?
thing right outside.
Yeah. I that's actually what I'm here to be studying.
Oh, have you been down there before?
I've been down there once with a guide. He didn't let me go too far. It's super dangerous, but there's several guides for hire around here. And
What are your opinions? Like, if you were to like rate it 1 to 5.
well, it's fast. It's simply it's a historical landmark.
No, not the land. The guides.
Oh, the guides.
Are they useful or is it like
Nah.
wasting my money?
It's like, you know, tourism. It's a lot of hyping up spaces and a lot of, you know, eloquent lies. I find it better to, you know, get your hands on things yourself.
Yeah.
It's dangerous work.
And it is. He like looks at your arm.
And you are unscathed?
I didn't say that.
Of course.
How far did you get down underneath the ruins?
Well, just past the amphitheater, there is a strange garden. It's not working fully anymore. It's not full of plants, not like you would think. It's got a lot of hologram. You know those holograms that are down there? Have you guys been down?
Yeah, we saw a couple and I could
Yeah.
study one of them.
They're dead memories.
They are, but there's so much to learn there. If you can find one that hasn't been corrupted, be very careful now. But if you can find one, they are a great look into the past.
I'd be very careful. Studying is a noble effort. But to look into history, you don't know that history isn't looking back at you.
Very ominous, thank you for that comment on my chosen profession.
What's in this garden? You were talking about a garden?
Oh, yes. It's a garden about, I don't know, several hundred feet, yards wide. I didn't make it all the way through, but it was fascinating and full of holograms of old specimens and old plants, and as an archaeologist, it was just amazing. It was so interesting.
Why didn't you go all the way through?
I had to turn around. The guide wouldn't let us go past that point. There's a what they call, you know, they only take tour groups and those of us that are studying down a certain depth, if you will.
And you've never gone exploring on your own?
Oh, I'm too old to be down there by myself.
Do you have any maps of the area that you have been to so far?
Yeah, I have. I got one. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, actually.
He seems
that
like
would be
really
great.
excited that people want to see.
We
his
care an
work.
awful deal about maps.
He like starts smoothing it out. He's like, if you go here, you're gonna run into the amphitheater. It's this massive. I think from my studies they called it the Aurora.
And was the Aurora the amphitheater?
Yeah, it used to be a gathering place for performances and events.
Good.
And then right over here, he like points to like a little corner of the map, and he's like, right over here, you can actually see the old sign from Gloria, from, you know, the city, when it was above the ground.
Have you seen anything under there that like looked interesting? Like aside from like the signs that were around way back when.
Everything's fascinating.
I mean, like, you know, places that you're not supposed to, like maybe totally corrupted places, or any sort of like shiny purple stuff
Well,
in the sand.
what I would really love to see if I could get past that point, that bottleneck where they don't allow us to go past, is the Luminarium.
What is that?
It was the old government building at the time. It was massive and this huge oblong shape. And I don't know how much of it's left or where it is, but I just know that has things that haven't been touched in lifetimes.
Why did the guide let you go in there?
Oh, too dangerous. No one's been past that point before, and if we don't have charted maps, we can't ensure that people come back safely.
Do you think, are you like a hold of old records and things like that? Do you know if like the Luminarium had, you said it was a government building. Did it have anything like?
Well, they used to have this government that oversaw everything. It was the central control point.
Mm-hmm.
Not like our wristwatch. It was different.
Oh yeah, they're feral bastards.
Yeah.
Glance around the room. Yeah. So, but like, was this government building like a meeting place, or like a scientist lair, or like
All of the above.
all of the above?
It was where the government would meet, and where it's said that's where the live metal was created.
Oh, like the AI stuff?
Yeah, that's stuff.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Well, of course. You're sitting up here, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but, sometimes you don't want to interrupt people when they're having their meals, and it's just so nice when folks want to talk about things.
Oh, I come in here to learn and share my work, and this is a good place to gather secrets.
Yeah.
interesting. Well, Saltmarsh sounds amazing.
Oh, it is. And he starts on a ramble about Saltmarsh and the Learning Center and how they've just established it in the last 10 years or so, and they're starting to build up a record of, trying to get more folks to come and learn, and you should all come and visit. And
yeah, we might take our young'un here for a high school situation, maybe like a late learners situation.
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to teach you.
We'll be back. Don't you worry. We do gotta get going though. We have some work to deal with, so we will.
I'll leave you be.
Yeah, you have a good one.
He opens his next book.
Oh boy. All right. He can read a lot.
Don't make me go.
You could learn some things. Better stealing techniques.
I was homeschooled, basically. I don't need any more of that.
Homeschooling.
Yeah.
You can learn what a dolphin is.
Yeah. I thought they were fake. I thought you were making that up. I sincerely apologize.
They're very real. They're mammals. They lived in the water.
They're vicious, aren't they? They're like man-eaters.
It's their natural... It's not their fault. It's how they were born.
Oh, they do eat men, though.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Damn. All right. Well, I ain't going in the ocean ever.
You told me you swam with them once.
Oh my God! What?
And they didn't eat you?
There was...
Was it because of the arm?
Locke, did you lie to me?
In a time before I met you all, there was a place where they had people who had managed to communicate in a sense with dolphins. And there was an experience you could pay a fair amount of coin for to be up close with dolphins.
Wow, you're like involved with like the world of the sea or something like that?
How'd they learn the dolphins' language? Do the dolphins speak our language?
They used a substance that induced psychedelic experiences in humans.
Oh, wow.
And they used the same substance on the dolphins. And they believed that experiencing these psychedelic visions together would bring them closer.
Did they?
Wow.
No, it was a horrible failure.
Oh my god, wow.
Eventually,
Did you take drugs with dolphins?
no.
Okay.
It's much easier if you feed them.
Wow.
You just give them food and then they talk to you.
Something like that.
So cool. I want to meet a dolphin, but like from a distance because I don't want them to eat me.
It's very possible.
We'll look at a book. We'll find a book for you with them. Maybe there's like a picture or a drawing.
Picture book.
Yeah, picture book. You know, like one of the kiddie ones that
I don't.
sometimes have like the little.
My dad used to have a bunch of books, but none of them had pictures, and well, I couldn't read them because I was a child. But now that I'm older, I can read, so I prefer pictures. Is what
You
I'm trying to
prefer
say.
pictures though?
Right, because you don't have to read. When you look at the
Anyway,
pictures.
are we going to?
Yeah, we're heading down.
somewhere.
We're gonna.
You guys are leaving the outpost to head
Yeah.
towards the spire again.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
As you guys leave, you do see the captain, and she's just kind of waiting out front, watching you all head towards. And she makes eye contact with you. Just kind of nods. Puts a hand on her gun.
Me good?
I'm fine. Keep walking.
Okay.
I'll be the last to leave, just in case.
You guys all head towards the spire, and she waits, and she stares you down. And you get a feeling that the deal that you made is a permanent one. Not one easily forgettable. And that is the last thing you see as you join your friends. She watches you go, and as you guys head back down into the ruins of Gloria, you can feel Captain Westwood's eyes on you as you search ahead for the mysterious and apparently sought after Nexus. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh boy.
As we plunge back into the depths.